In the summer of 1837, a new aeronautical device was tested at Greenwich, what the newspapers of the time called melancholy results, bringing about the first known parachute fatality in history. Robert Cocking was the pioneer of parachuting, and in July 1837 Robert was experimenting with his latest model. And much to the warnings from all of his friends, Cocking went ahead with the demonstration. The parachute was unsafe and unaerodynamic and was doomed for disaster. It was best described as an inverted cone, 34 foot in diameter at the top, coming down to just 3 to 4 foot at the bottom, with a round open hole. A close colleague, Mr. Green, tried to convince Cocking that his trial was a bad idea, even showing Cocking his calculations, but it didn't deter Cocking. He was convinced that the parachute would bear 120 pounds more stress than would be required. On the afternoon of the 24th of July, Green and another assistant, Mr. Spencer, fired up a mother balloon attached with Cocking's contraption, with him in another basket underneath, and the three men lifted off. At 5,000 feet, Cocking cut the ties with the balloon and violently descended. The parachute fell into a field over a mile away near Lee 70 seconds later. Crowds quickly gathered and found Cocking in a heap. Having been thrown out of his basket by the impact, he had a very bad wound to his head and was close to death. From the state of the basket, it became clear that he had crashed to the ground at an alarming speed. He died soon after. His colleagues, who were still airborne and oblivious to the tragedy, well, they eventually came down some 20 miles further on at Offham in Kent near West Malling, about 9 in the evening, and stayed the night there. It was only the following morning that they learnt of the death of Cocking. Cocking's body and the remaining parts of the parachute had been taken to the Tiger's Head pub at Lee. The news drew crowds to the pub, where the money-making landlord charged curious onlookers a fee to see the parachute. It cost 6p each, and to see Cocking's body, a further 6p was charged. It was not clear whether the cone-shaped structure had collapsed on flight or when it hit the ground. As already determined, the flight was doomed from the beginning due to the cone shape opposed to the flat parachute. Cocking's construction had 5 times too little chute for the weight he had exerted. An inquest held 2 days later concluded that Cocking met his death accidentally. Unfortunately, Cocking's relatives were not allowed to get the parachute back. Due to the legal custom of the time, any moving object that caused the death of a person was declared Deoland, a thing to be given to God, and forfeited to the Crown for charitable purposes. And for all of that interest and sadness, it will always be remembered as the first parachute death, made by the pioneer of parachuting, Robert Cocking.